right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Today we have some poetry that's going to be going on, and it is called Between Two Heartbreaks. Um, yeah, and so definitely want to read that to you guys this morning. I need to talk to y'all about something. I'm conflicted in my emotions right now. I'm conflicted in my emotions. I'm very much so sad and not happy with the way things ended with a dear person that I held near and dear to my heart. And then I am also happy that if we're not going to make it, that it didn't go too far in time, and that I've moved on. Like I'm with someone else. And it's crazy to, it's crazy because I don't want to feel like I'm just jumping in and out of relationships. I feel like he definitely did. But that's not something that I necessarily do. And I feel like I'm doing it and I'm conflicted in my emotions about everything because of it. So I do have some poetry that I wanted to read to you guys. You can see like my energy is kind of a little bit low only because yesterday was so crazy. Um, so yesterday I went to go get my belongings from someone and ended up getting into not a fight, but a really bad situation where I basically had to flip a table. I had coffee all over my shirt by the time I left. Um, this was really bad. And then last night, I just really realized like I definitely could never, and I'm talking about not even in 100 years. Thank you so much, Rosalina. Um, Not in 100 years could I be with this person ever again. So I'm actually moved on and I wrote a poem about it. And this poem is called Between Two Heartbeats, you guys. Thank you for everybody who's on the channel right now. Guys, please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. I do fan fiction book reads at night. Right now I'm doing one about the Diddy situation where there's an 18-year-old who claims this is a real story. She says that she fell in love with Diddy after she met him at a party at his house. So that is the book that I'm reading right now. It'll say like podcast episode, I think 3 and 4, or maybe 4 and 5. It says falling in love with Diddy. That's the one right there. Okay, that is the one. All right, but before I read this poem, let me just tell you, it is a small poem. Yeah. Um, Hold on. Okay. All right. So let me just tell you guys, I have moved on. I am with someone else. I said that already. But my heart is conflicted because I really was in love. In my head, I was in love. In my head, I was in love. I'm about to fix this little hanky on my eyelash. But anyway, in my head, I was in love. And it's like I didn't do anything. We end up getting back together after we argued. And then he just disappeared. Like I didn't do shit. I didn't do nothing. So it made me wonder like, why is this person doing me like this? But a person just has to genuinely care for you. It doesn't matter why or what or what. That shit doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter why a person is treating you the way they are. They are doing it. They are doing it. Instead of not doing it, they're doing it. And that's the part that I had to come to. Anyway, um, so here's a poem. It's loosely based on my situation, but not really. Okay. So it's called Still Beating. I have one that I wrote called Between Two Hearts, and I have one called Still Beating. I'll read Still Beating first. So I'm going to read Still Beating at when I get to the 6 mark. And we have 15 seconds left until we get there. So let's get there first. When I used to film, I used to wave my hand like this in my camera so I could know that I want to edit that part out. I used to be like I'll be like that. Okay, anyway. All right. This one's called Still Beating, and it was written by none other than moi. Okay, I thought when I walked away, I was closing a chapter, not leaving a heartbeat behind. But you still echo in the quiet parts of me, in the pause between songs, in the taste of morning coffee, in the way I still reach for my phone, thinking maybe you'll text me just to ask if I'm okay. We were never perfect, just two storms trying to find a calm inside each other's chaos. We burned bright, then broke open under the weight of everything unsaid. You wanted forever, and I just wanted to breathe. So I let go. I told myself this was strength, but some nights it still feels like surrender. Then came someone new, a gentler love, someone that doesn't make me question my worth or make my chest ache from silence. They speak softly, laugh easily, and love me without making me feel small. It's different, safe, and beautiful, even. And yet, sometimes the safety feels strange after you've been addicted to the rush of being almost loved. When I lie next to him, I feel warmth and peace. But sometimes peace feels too quiet. I start to miss the sound of your chaos, how it could fill a room and ruin me at the same time. It's not that I want you back, it's that I can't seem to erase the shape of you in the story of me. Love doesn't always end clean, it stains. It lingers in the corners, in the parts of us that memory refuses to wash out. You were a storm I survived, but I still stand in the rain sometimes just to remember what it felt like. I care for you still, not in the way I once did, but in the quiet way you care for a scar. It doesn't hurt anymore, but you still trace it when the night gets too long. You'll never know how often I wish you well, how sometimes your name still sits in my prayers. It's not longing, it's gratitude for the lessons, the wreckage, and the growth. And so I love again, fully, honestly. But part of me will always exist between what was and what is becoming. A heart divided not by choice but by truth. You can move forward and still glance back. You can heal and still remember the wound. You can fall in love again without erasing the first. Because love isn't a single flame, it's a constellation. Each light a memory, a heartbreak, a name, a somehow. Even with all of them shining inside of me, my heart still beats steady, still breaking, yet still whole, but still beating. So that's one that I wrote called Still Beating. And that was, I wrote that based on my situation with Bruce because obviously you guys know that he would just go silent and disappear on me. And like, it would really, really hurt my feelings. So that's what that poem was based on. So let me see. Let me get to this other one. So yeah, I must say though, based like on that poem that I wrote, Still Beating, was the reason why it didn't rhyme is because I could not even focus on making it rhyme. I needed to say what I needed to say, and I needed to mean what I needed it to mean, and I needed it to mean what it said. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still echo in the quiet parts of me in between the songs, the pause in between the songs, and the taste of coffee, and the way I still reach for my phone. That's real shit. Sometimes my phone rings and I do think it could be him calling. Let me look. Let me see. Who is this? What, you know what I mean? Like, I can't make that shit up. When I said just two storms trying to find a calm inside each other's chaos, that's exactly what happened. We burned bright, but then we broke under the weight of everything unsaid. That's very true because he and I were both going through something when we started this journey together. And we were in each other's chaos, and we threw each other in each other's chaos. We threw ourselves in each other's chaos. But I think the only one that's taking accountability for that is me at this point. And I said, then came someone new, a gentler love, someone that doesn't make me question my worth or make my chest ache from silence. And obviously that is because of the disappearing and the this and the that, da da. Love doesn't always end clean. It stains. It lingers in the corner. It's the parts of us that the memory refuses to wash out. You were a storm I survived, but I still stand in the rain sometimes just to remember what it felt like. You know what I mean? Like I needed to say what I needed to say. And so, yeah. Wait till y'all get to my urban poetry. Y'all wait till I get to my urban poetry. I told y'all I have a poem that I wrote recently. I read BDE. I have a poem that I wrote called "I'll Fuck You Right I Will," and it's obviously at a moment that I was feeling some type of freaky way and this that and the other, and it just came out so well, and it was based on Usher. Wait till y'all just wait for it. I got some gifts and treats up my sleeve. Okay, this one is called "Between Two Heartbeats." I left a piece of me behind, folded in the corners of your smile. We said goodbye, yet sometimes I find your laughter lingers for a while. I've fallen softly once again, a different warmth, a gentler fire, new hands that soothe, a calmer rain, a love that whispers, not conspires. But still, when night drifts through my chest, you rise like a ghost the stars can't hide. It's not regret, it's just unrest, a care that time can't quite divide. I love anew, but love remains. In fragments you and I once knew. The heart can hold both joy and pain and still beat steady, split in two. Yep. And still we can have a steady heartbeat, but yet be split in two because we got the split ways. Yep, you late, Sam. I am. You are late, Sam. You're going to have to watch this back because I read my poetries and I said what I needed to say. I wanted to come on here and do this big, long venting session, Sam. And then I was like, nah, I don't want to keep doing that to my audience because I'm going through my little breakup. But then also, Sam, I'm with someone else. So this is what this video was about. I'm breaking up with him. We got into a huge fight yesterday. And then I have a new person that I'm with that also has known me for 20 years, that knows this person, that hates him. And we're finally giving ourselves a chance to be together. And it's just like, I'm literally in the same position. Yeah, exactly. So it's just, so then you'll be able to benefit from the poems that I just read. Then you definitely got to watch this back, Sam. Definitely got to watch it back because the poem that just read, even the one that I just said, I love anew, but love remains. I'm talking about him and him. I love anew, but love remains. In fragments you and I once knew. So your love with me is in fragments. In fragments you and I once knew. The heart can hold both joy and pain and still beat steady, split in two. Like, I can still love you, but not fuck with you. And we can split ways, and both of us will still live on. You know what I'm saying? Period. So that's what that poem was about. It's about me being conflicted about, the fact that I was in love with this man and now we're going through a breakup and now I have somebody else that I'm with. I'm not in love, but I'm with someone else. Like, it's just that simple. And I don't know, it's very conflicting for me, but I'm gonna go ahead and let the video go back. The new guy I have known for 15 years and has been in my face the whole time, right? And so has this person, and so it's just like now we're finally like, let's just give it a chance, you know what I mean? And it happens to be on the cruxes of the breakup that I'm going through with this dude. And not only that, but he's watching this shit in real time. He's been on the live videos. I was supposed to come out here and be with him. Actually, Bruce took my phone when he texted me and was like, she with somebody, man. Like, she's with somebody. Don't text her again. This, that, and the other. Like, this is my real life and what actually happened. And now I'm with that person. You know what I mean? I'm fucking with that person. So it's just like, It's strange. He knows all about the situation, and he just like, you supposed to be with me. He's like, when somebody says she was on the phone with me the whole time she was in prison, they must be talking about this dude. Because I was constantly on the phone with him from the morning to the night. The whole prison knew this boy name, this man's name, excuse me. Grown ass man. Period. I just tried to go back to my baby daddy and he played in my face too. Yeah, and it's crazy because Bruce be playing in my face like last night. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, right? So you know how I was showing y'all my shirt last night. Y'all gotta go watch my lives from last night if you haven't watched them. So Bruce was, y'all know how Bruce was playing in my face, right? And we've been going through it with our breakup or whatever, and we got into that fight yesterday, and I had coffee all on my shirt and all kinds of shit. By the time I hit the corner to this place, to where I stay at now, he was like, I love you, and I've been loving you since you was a child, and that don't change. I'm just choosing peacefulness. Okay. Okay. And then he pulls up. He's like, I'm trying to get the rest of my stuff from you. So he pulls up, and then I give him his things, and then he gives me alcohol. He's like, I bought you some shots. I bought you this. Like, what? What? It's so confusing and so just ridiculous. But that confusing energy is exactly what I don't want to deal with. That is exactly what I don't want to deal with. And that is exactly why I've chosen to move on. And I'm so happy where I am. When I posted on my community wall that I was on the phone with somebody for 7 hours one day, that was a day that Bruce would not pick my phone calls up for shit. And I sat on the phone with the person that I'm with now for 7 hours that day without hanging up, no hanging up, no phone dying, no nothing. No, hey, let me call you back. I'm busy. No, nothing. Everything he did outside of the house that day, he did with me on the phone, including, you know what I'm saying, getting off of work and moving around the world and getting the kids and everything. All that shit with me sitting right there on that phone. That's the type of energy that I need. This morning he called me at 6:40. That's the type of energy I need. Wake me up, baby. And tell me to bring my ass, hurry up and get up, bring your ass over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, period. I'm finna get dressed to go to that, go get that and that right now. Like, I'm finna go over there right now and go see mine. You know what I mean? Get my smooch on. Then I gotta go to work. I do have to work because I gotta get my work on. Because yesterday, Bruce ruined my working day. But you feel what I'm saying? Like, fuck. And this nigga was pissed when I tell you my new dude was so mad at the fact that I even spoke to Bruce yesterday. Oh, he was furious. It took me to talk him off the ledge. He was mad at me. He was very angry. I am happy too. He's been so sweet to me. Changed his relationship status. Told his family. Told the world he in love. Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's that. You feel me? That's that energy we need, baby. Okay, we need all that energy. Like the old shit is like you so used to this person, you love this person. I put so much value onto Bruce that he didn't put onto me, and I didn't notice it until it was too late. Like, oh my God, this person doesn't see me as valuable in their lives as I see them. That's so crazy to me. But it's good to know so that I'm not feeling attached to or stuck to or like I need to or anything. I can't believe I waited this long. Right. I always say that. I'm like, we were in our teens, we didn't been in our 20s, we've been in our 30s, and you waited till we got in our 40s to act a fool with me. Is diabolical. Diabolical. Like, that shit nuts. But anyway, yes, read the poems. I'm about to be posting just the poems in some shorts. So you guys will start seeing me posting shorts with just the poetry and stuff like that. It takes me a kind of a while now to like get everything done, jump started, booted up and all that stuff. So just give me time and I for sure will be uploading. And then tonight, guys, okay, for sure, Sam, I am. And then tonight, we'll be going live again with the podcast with part 3 of Falling in Love with Diddy. Last night's video was crazy. I'm getting ready to age restrict it, as a matter of fact. As soon as we get off this live video, I'm going to age restrict last night's podcast because it turned into a, oh my God. It turned into too much because it is Diddy that we're talking about, right? So obviously, I don't know why I didn't think ahead and think about the freak offs and this and that first before I started reading that. I should have thought about that. But for some reason, I was like, oh, it's a story about falling in love with Diddy. Let's read it. And I forgot what all that could entail. And so last night's podcast was a fucking mess. It doesn't even have a thumbnail on it. It just says podcast something, but I'm getting ready to throw a thumbnail on it now. I'm just going to put part two, podcast episode, blah, and then part two. So you guys will see like two or three or whatever. They'll look the same. The Falling in Love Diddy Reads will look the same, but they'll have numerical changes on them. But yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to do that now. I'm getting ready to age restrict last night's video and throw some thumbnails on them. Okay? All right. Peace and love.